We took a whirlwind tour of Chicago. And in those 4 days we were there, we packed in as many iconic Chicagoan foods we could to try them and see what we liked. We found our absolute most favorite dish that we had in Chicago was their Chicago deep dish style pizza. We love the flavor and would love to have it again. But we don't want to travel all the way to Chicago, so what did I do? I went ahead and went online, found a recipe that we thought looked good, modified it to our taste and needs. We've made it like 3, 4, 5, 6, a whole bunch of times by now, so that we know that it's good and we enjoy the flavors of it. So we're going to show you how to make a Chicago deep dish pizza right in your own home. So we're going to start the dough making process. You're not going to find a good Chicago style dough for deep dish pizza sitting at home in your grocery store. No, you got to make it on your own. I like to start making sure my yeast is good. Maybe you don't use yeast all the time. First, put it in the water and sugar bath and make sure it starts foaming up. I always go by the package directions. The package directions here says 120 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit for water. So we start with the package of yeast. To that, I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of warm water. My package has between 120 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So make sure to keep that temperature similar. And 1 tablespoon of honey. It needs some sort of sweetener to make sure that it will activate. This is the food for the yeast. So now we are going to wait for about 10 minutes. In this case, it didn't take as long as I thought. We took about 3 minutes and now we see the yeast is already active. So let's go ahead and get those dry ingredients in there and the butter and mix everything together. Let's finish off the wet ingredients. One other thing we're going to add in there is a wonderful 1/4 cup of melted butter. For the dry ingredients, we'll start with the salt, 1/2 tablespoon of salt. We're gonna add 1/2 cup of cornmeal, and then 3 1/4 cups of flour. Okay, go ahead and stir that up together. Once it's been stirred together, it's time to knead the dough. So we're gonna put it into the mixer with the kneading hook, lock it in, set it to speed 2, and let it mix for about 6 to 8 minutes. Till it's not sticking to the sides anymore. Now I'm going to set it into this 5-quart bowl laced with oil. When you let it rise for an hour, then we'll take it out and melt it again. Cover it with cling wrap to keep it from drying out. Set it aside or set it into a warm place like an oven for an hour. And now it's time to make the sauce. Now a Chicago style deep dish pizza sauce is a little bit sweet in the sauce, at least the ones that we like. But we're going to start with an onion. A small onion is good. I have 1/2 an onion left from a previous use, so we're going to use this 1/2 an onion and chop it up really small, as well as 3 cloves of garlic. I don't like tears, so I'm going to use my Fullstar vegetable chopper to chop up this onion. All I have to do for it to smash the onion into small pieces. This is one of the best tools that I have in my kitchen because it chops up onion really small without making me tear up and without taking a whole lot of time and chops on the onion. The garlic we're going to grate straight into the sauce. To a hot pan, add 2 tablespoons of butter. As the butter is melting, I'm going to go ahead and add in the onion. We're going to cook the onion in the butter until it gets nice and caramelized, which will take about 4 minutes. Stir the onions occasionally so that one side doesn't get too brown over the other. Once the garlic's mostly brown, we're going to grate in 3 cloves of garlic. Stir the garlic in for about 30 seconds to get it nice and browned with the onion. Now it's time to stop the frying process by adding in 4, that's right, 4 14.5-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. To that, we're going to add 1/2 tablespoon dried basil, teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes for spice. Stir it all together, stir it all together, stir it all together, stir it all together. Right now you can see this is much too liquidy to put on a pizza. Way too much liquid. We need to thicken it. So we're going to let it cook while the dough rises the first and second times. Once it's boiling, reduce the heat to a simmer. Let the sauce reduce for however much time you got left. Now that your sauce is on the simmer, so it's going to reduce, it's time to start getting the toppings ready so that it'll be ready when the dough is finished rising for the second time. My daughter likes mushroom, spinach, and prosciutto, whereas my son prefers Canadian bacon, pineapple, a Hawaiian style pizza. But we are going to prepare the mushrooms and the spinach by cooking them first, because we want to get the juices out so that it won't juice up the pizza inside. Alright, take a look at this dough. It's practically doubled in size. Save the plastic, you're about to use it a second time. I have a nicely floured surface, 15 by 12 is what we need. I think otherwise. So we're going to punch the dough down. We're going to go to 15 by 12. Now you don't have to be exact. Spread the butter all the way around. First, we're going to roll it up. Now we're going to cut it in half. Try and get the layers of butter in there. We're going to ball it up a bit. We're going to take both dough balls, put them back in, cover them up, put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, and then we can finish up our toppings. We like our bacon chopped in small, so we're just gonna chop it up. We learned this one from a restaurant that's no longer around anymore, but they had a meaty Hawaiian which had Canadian bacon and pineapple, which my son really likes, so we imitate that as often as we can. And that should be enough bacon for one 9-inch Chicago style deep dish pizza. I don't have any Canadian bacon. What I do have is some ham. About 3 of these would cover your 9-inch pizza. So let's use 3 big slices of ham. Big chunks. So if you can't find Canadian bacon, ham is a good substitute. 4 rings of pineapple. Pineapple's ready, ham's ready, bacon is ready. That's the trifecta for my son. We're gonna probably add some salami to it as well. 6 looks to be plenty. So that's the toppings for my son's pizza. Now you can choose whatever toppings you like. You don't have to stick with these. You can choose your favorite toppings. Just make it a pepperoni pizza, that's fine. You can do pepperoni mushroom, another awesome one. Sausage, whatever toppings you like on a standard New York pizza works really well on the Chicago style pizza as well. So now that the dough has been rise in the refrigerator, it's time to take them out and roll them into pizzas. But before we do this, we want to set our oven to 425 degrees for the baking. Alright, so we are using a 9-inch cast iron skillet and a 9-inch springform pan. I can't remember which one makes a crispier crust, but just so you can use multiple methods, you can use a pie tin if you want, whatever you want to use it for. I like to add a little oil, because the bread is going to really take up all the oil as well. It'll soak it into the crust, make it crispier. It's also easier to take the pizza out of a springform pan. You just undo the edges and it's done. Let's get this out to a 12-inch dough, circular. The trick, use your rolling pin, roll the dough on the pin, and then unroll it on the pan. Alright, so now we're going to form the dough. Try and make it next to the pan as best we can. Alright, and our first one is ready to go. There we go. Now we got 2 pizza pie crusts ready to go. Now what you gotta do is put in the cheese. We're trying to keep the dough from getting soggy, so cheese goes next. Keep that sauce from touching the dough and making it soggy as it bakes in the oven. So we're gonna put in 8 ounces of cheese per pizza. Now I'm gonna use my favorite salad shooter, which grates large amounts of cheese pretty quickly. I originally bought a professional salad shooter so that I could slice up vegetables to put in a salad, but I have found my most often use is to grate cheese. Now you might be wondering, why am I grating cheese instead of buying pre-grated from the store if I want lots of cheese? Well, mostly, 1, it's cheaper, and 2, cheese that comes out of here does not have those preservatives, the things that keep the cheese from sticking. Now that we got the cheese in there, you might think the sauce is next. No. We want to keep that sauce as far away as possible from the crust at the bottom so it'll nice and firm up. So now it's time for the toppings. Let's start with the spinach mushroom prosciutto. So I answer the prosciutto first. It's less likely to seep. Nice thin slices of prosciutto. My daughter learned she really loves prosciutto. So that is her bacon of choice. She likes vegetables more than anything else, so now we're going to add on the next topping, which is the mushrooms and spinach. And to top off my daughter's favorite, half of the sauce we cooked earlier. A little sweet, a little spicy, very thick, not very runny. And to top it off, a nice coating of Parmesan. Let's do the one that's going to make the son happy. We're going to start with the ham, which is supposed to be Canadian bacon, but since the store didn't have it, we went with ham. Because the most of my time is trying to cover the entire pizza. Next, we'll add the hard salami. Another nice salty flavor. Beautiful 6 slices, nice wheel. And finally, the chopped bacon. So it's like the triple meaty Hawaiian that we had at our local pizza restaurant. Next, is the tomato sauce. Wonderfully seasoned, slightly tangy, very nice thick layer of tomato sauce. So this one, then afterwards, we're going with the pineapple. Partly because pineapple is sweet, partly because the pineapple has lots of juice in it and it's gonna come into the sauce. And if it gets too close to the bottom layer, it might soak into the bottom, which we're trying to avoid. Some of you might think this ruins a pizza. My son just loves it. Again, if you want your own toppings, choose your own topping. But the general rule is cheese, toppings, sauce, Parmesan. Nice layer of Parmesan on top will seal the deal. Now the oven's already hot at 425 as we were doing preparing. It got to 425. We're gonna toss in the oven for about 25 minutes. You're gonna look to see that the crust is nice and golden brown. And when the crust is golden brown, that's about when you take it out. 25-30 minutes at 425. And while your pizza's cooking in the oven, it's a great time now to get a salad ready, get some vegetables ready. Whatever side dish you wanna add to your pizza, breadsticks, garlic bread, whatever you're gonna add to it, it's a great time to get ready while your pizza is baking for 25 minutes. 25 minutes are up, so let's take out the pizza and see how it looks. Alright, so we got this one, the meaty Hawaiian, and we've got this one, Happy Healthy Daughter's Choice with spinach, mushroom, and prosciutto. So let me take out the more difficult one first. This one is more difficult to take out. Remember, this skillet is very hot, so that's why we're using gloves. And we're just gonna go around the edge and loosen it up. Make it nice and loose. Try not to break the crust. Find a part that's more together than the rest of it. Looks like it's on this side. Okay. Lift it up. And slide it out. Almost disaster. Get under it a little. Like that. Now let's do the easier one to take out. You'll see this one is very, very, very easy to take out. Very easy. Springform pans. Open the side. It's mainly for cheesecake. And there. Just gotta lift it up off the bottom and slide it out. Oh, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? See, this one, see, it's edged out. You can see it's more like a pie shape, whereas this one's more like a cake shape. Of course, you're gonna wanna see inside, I'm sure. For these delectable delights. Oh. Brings me back to my days in Chicago. Still warm. So we're gonna let them rest for a minute. It's been about 5 minutes and you can smell the aroma, the baked crust, the cheese. Smelling really good. So let's go ahead and dish some out. You can use a pizza cutter. I was going to dig into this pie with my best knife. Hear that crust crunch? We're gonna go for 12ths. So you can see the cross section. There you go. Steaming because it's really hot. And let's break into the meatier one. If your knife's not big enough, the first cut just do half and half, and then it should be big enough for the rest of it. And the iron skillet seems to be a little bit less crisp. You can cut yours however you like. We're gonna go with 12ths.
Ready for taste test?
I think you start the pineapple wedge.
You want to do that one first?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should use your hands. It's pizza.
It's true. My hands are a little bit dirty. I'm gonna use a fork now.
Oh, the best is really chewy. There's heavy tomato flavor, and even a little bit of spice.
I do taste the tomato though. And it works well with the cheese though, I like it. Yeah, the crust is definitely softer on this one too. Than, or just by looks on the other one. but it's got a good texture though. I like it.
It is a little spicy. You can really taste the meat in this one. I think that's where the spice comes from. I think it's still good though.
The crust is extremely crunchy.
Wait, it is?
On the edge.
Wait, for which one?
Well, this one. Oh, but wait, your crust doesn't look nearly as.
I
I
think
think
that's just...
you both of you got scammed. Look at this. My crust.
Yeah, mine's a little bit softer than what yours looks like.
Yeah. I can hear it. There's definitely not much pineapple flavor.
Did you not try the pineapple?
No, it's there, but I don't taste it.
I like it though. Pretty nice. Okay, should we move to the next one now? This is the one with like spinach and mushrooms, right? Okay.
You definitely feel that mushroom, like springy texture. You also taste mushroom too. You don't really taste much spinach, and there's a lot of tomato.
Yeah, I taste. Both of them have a lot of tomato taste, but this one's like, I feel the crust is more hard, or not hard, but like more
Crispy.
crispy. That's it. Yeah. It's good with like a fork and knife because it stays together in one piece, like rather than the other one. So that's good.
It's like it has some more Italian seasoning and flavoring compared to the other one.
Mhm.
It's very good.
To me, the crust is a lot chewier, but I think I got some.
Your pizza crusts are
Outliers.
Swiss or something.
Yes, I got some outliers. I believe.
Should we rate, do we rate which one we like more? I'm gonna go with the one with spinach and mushroom. I just like a crispier crust in my opinion, but both of them were really good though.
I mean, I like the flavor of the pineapple one always much better. But I think if I had to go with just if the pineapple was on this pizza, I think I'd like this one more. Just the texture's a lot better. It's a lot chewier. It's a lot more compact.
The Italian one.
This would go really good with some garlic bread. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I think so too.
You can find that right there, right here. You should go check it out.